Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And hey, how is it going this evening for you all? I hope you have all had a wonderful weekend. Great to see some people in the chat. I see Mr. Peabody and Steph. Blake Hemlow, what's going on, bruv? How's it going? Stephanie, what is going on, girl? Stephanie J is here. Laura, it's a short story. Just responded to you on Twitter. Very, very thankful to you and also to Outpost Dyer, to Kyle for being able to be open to a change, since y'all are y'all the only two that are really eligible for that. So thank you for being open and for giving that recommendation. And yeah, it's really exciting that we're going to be doing that in the future. I'm going to tell everyone what we're talking about, what we're talking about right now in code in a little bit when a few more people go up. So Lila Lightning, what is going on, bruv? Tina and Steph are here as well. My Valkyrie are amazing, amazing and beautiful people. Mr. Peabody, what is going on? Good sir. JKD Buck, what's going on? Willow, actually, it is a Star Wars set in a Swords and Sorcerers world. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that a lot, so I'm actually quite excited. I have never seen Willow before in my life, other than my dog Willow. I've never seen Willow before in my life, so I am quite excited for it. Hey, Laura. Hey, how's it going? Christian Hamill, what's going on? The Batman. Hey, Odin, love the videos. Well, the Batman, thank you very much, man. I really does appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do greatly appreciate that. So thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by for the stream. Big Daddy Sunbeam is here as well. Hail Asgard. Hail to you, good sir. Saw that G Monkey is here. Mirrored Jeremy says it's Odin time. What is going on, bruv? What is going on? Super Anime Gamer 01, or as we just call Super. What's going on, bruv? Hey, what's up? Just hanging out with you, the fine people, enjoying some comics, trying to survive the frigid cold. Yes, indeed. I feel for all of my people up in the north right now who are still dealing with the frigid cold weathers, but hopefully there is an end in sight, because Groundhog's Day apparently happened with me just totally forgetting about it, because there was something happening, or maybe I got Groundhog Day, but the annual tradition that they have, and the thing didn't see its shadow, so whatever that means. But overall, I can tell you that the next 10 days of weather for me is already telling me that winter's pretty much over here in southern Louisiana, so I'm not really all surprised by that. Soul Assassin, what's going on? A Person is here. Well, hello, A Person. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Brad Noble, the pet troll, is here as well. Oh boy, is that just my internet-y? What's going on with the internet-y? What is going on with everyone's internet-y? I hope that everyone's internet-y is going on. The lag is back. Dear Lord, why? Why is this always a problem? This makes no sense. No matter what settings I put it on, it never works. This is getting extremely frustrating. Oh my god, Modern Dude Thing, how are you? Well, I was doing fine, and then I heard people saying lag, 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 and it just... Oh my god, like I've done everything within my power to make it as lag-free as possible, but for some reason, it just, ever since, with the Streamlabs the last few weeks has just been a Nope, it's not just you. Oh my gosh. Well, let me try... God, I don't even know. Entertainment Hacker, thank you very much for the 120 yen, man. I really do appreciate it. It's buffering bad. Okay, well, I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to fix it. Please check, guys, check your settings. Do you have it on the lowest setting? Do you have it on the highest setting? Let me know what's going on your end, because, again, I've done everything on my end, and every single time I'm having to change it back and forth, and it makes no sense as to why things are happening in this way. It lags and it loops. Watching at the lowest setting. Is it raining there because the internet can slow down? My internet speed is fine, though. Again, I'm looking at my own output. It'll tell me. Like, it'll always be very clear if there is an issue going on as far as my internet connection is concerned, and I'm not getting that. So I just, again, I've changed nothing. So that means that I'm going to try this twice, and then... All right, be right back, guys. Okay, please let me know if this is any better. So I tried setting it down. I think it's at 5,000. It was at 10,000. No, it was at 8,000 before. So once again, I'm just at a loss. I don't know why this is happening. I had no issues for a long period of time, and now all of a sudden it's going absolutely insane. Peabody. Oh, man. Yep. Zach, what's going on? Works so far. I'm not using Cox Communications anymore. Remember that I changed my internet. It's not my internet. Like, I'm telling you this right now. Based on, I have all the settings going. It is not my internet. It is there are two things that it can be. Either one, it is YouTube, which of course I would love to blame. But secondly, what it could be is that I get to choose what my overall what's called bit rate is, meaning what my output, how much data my computer sends to the YouTube servers. And I've been having it in the range that they say I can have it in. And also, theoretically speaking, I should be able to have it at any range that I want because it compresses it anyway. So I don't know what in the world is going on. Everyone says it looks better. Not my internet. Well, it's not my internet either, man. So again, I'm sorry if I'm a little frazzled, but it's just really, really frustrating because once again, everything on my end is perfectly fine, which means that there is something else going on. So it's good now. This is good. What did you do? All I did was change the bit rates. So I changed my output. So it was at 8,000, which is what it was working last time. Remember we had this issue last time? I got to 8,000. It was working perfectly. So it makes no sense that all of a sudden now that same setting would not be working. So it's really getting frustrating. Solstat says maybe the SJWs are sabotaging your signal to prevent the stream. Very, very possible. Modern Dude thing, I already answered the question. I'm frustrated now. Tina says, Odin came on, had a local ad for this accident lawyer he was doing at Game of Thrones, Avengers, Thor, 2 over the top. That's crazy. Don't be frazzled. Oh, I'm sorry. I am frazzled. So I'm quite easily frazzleable, especially later at night, I would say. Alex Martinez, it's fine. I just want my things to work as they should, as they did consistently for a very long time, and now all of a sudden just don't at random. It doesn't make any sense. Brad, thank you for being honest, man. Appreciate it. Shake it off. I'm going to do what I can. Peabody says, sorry, I only mentioned it because I always assume it's my internet. And no, Peabody, again, I'm not mad at anyone for saying that you were having lag. I'm glad because when I know it's more than one person, then I know that it's some setting that I have to change. My frustration is the fact that we have this service, Streamlabs, which has done very well for me. Again, I've been very happy with Streamlabs overall, and I've been following everything that I've had to do, and I've not really had issues. But then the random times that I do have issues, for some reason, I have to change settings that had existed previously that were not an issue before. It really just does not make any sense to me whatsoever. So I'm going to have to do some research on that at some point, maybe tomorrow. Big Dice Sunbeam says, Willow will get you in a good mood. I hope so, man. The Batman, you're good now. Odin, I contacted Wayne Tower to get you the extra bandwidth. Because I'm Batman. Bruce Wayne. He scratched that out, and then he wrote Batman. Greta says, hey, Odin, other than computer problems, how's it going? Otherwise, it's fine. I don't know. There's certain times and days where you're up, and there's other days where you're just a little down, and I'm just, again, for no real reason whatsoever. I got to visit my baby niece today, and so it was really, really great to see her. It was just, to hold her and her cute little face. She was a preemie, and so she's trying to gain weight. She's almost at 6 pounds, and she's awesome, and I love her. So that was good for sure. But otherwise, I'm just, I was okay, and I was at that point where I was like, all right, I'm doing all right, and then the lag thing, just because, especially what happened last time we had that issue, it just immediately has put me into a funk. Alexander says, Geeks and Gamers has his stream crash at 1,000 likes, but not 1,000 dislikes. It was very weird for him to see. Yeah, again, I think that YouTube has a lot of issues that it needs to address. Jake Kitty says, please say a prayer for my best friend's dad. His dad only has a few days left to live. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Jake Kitty Bucks. So if everyone will just take a moment in their own time, whether you are religious, whether you're not religious, just to send a quick thought and prayer, and asking for God's intercession in his family. Again, his dad being very close to death. Let's pray that that his family is going to be able to have the strength and the will to be able to receive anything in that life, to receive anything, all the joys, all the sufferings that are going on, but to maybe remember those good times, to remember that this is not the end, that this is merely a temporal affair, and that there is eternity. And so we pray for him and we pray for his family. And thank you for anyone that joined in that. Anyway, again, sorry guys, I'm just very off right now, very off. Blake Hemlow, I'm starting up a GoFundMe and some other links to donate in order to raise the money to cover the cost of my animated series. All right, sounds good, Blake Hemlow. So, guys, if you want to support him, go check him out. I know that he is available on Twitter. Just type in Blake Hemlow, and you should be able to find his Twitter. And if you would like to support him there. Peabody, it's those damn Russian bots. Man, I wish it was the Russian bots. I really wish it was, because then at least we would know where it's coming from, at this point. Alrighty, let's see, where are we? Because this chat just jumped on me. Let's see, Corey Ren. Hi, Odin, good to see you, man. Corey Ren, that's an amazing name. Good to see you as well. Henka CT, what is going on, CT? How is it going? Rhaegar Targaryen, They Shall Not Grow Old, looks breathtaking. Yeah, that's what I've heard. If anyone doesn't know, that's a documentary that was worked on by the great... his name, Peter Jackson, and Peter Jackson basically took a bunch of old footage from, what was it, World War I, I think? It was World War I or World War II, and he basically was able to not only colorize it, so to add lifelike color to it, but he was also able to speed it up in certain places so that instead of it looking like that janky old school film that just doesn't look right, doesn't look natural, it looks like as it would have looked if you were actually looking at the people themselves, and it looks amazing. I know that it's playing at my local theater, so I might try and... I have not seen any movies this weekend, guys, and so I really... Part of me just wants to spend the day at the theater tomorrow because I am so far away. Modern Dude Thing, can you roast me? I don't have anything to... I have nothing to roast you for, man. Why would I roast you? Tina says, glad to hear she's doing well. She is indeed doing very, very well. Yes, indeedy. Let's see what we got here. All right, I'm hoping that is one person. Peabody, I hope that's just you, man. Sorry, I really hope that's just you. Pyro Silv, what's going on, Pyro? Hey, Odin, I gotta say I love your stuff, and honestly, with films, some of my friends don't want to even hear me out when I give my critiques of the Marvel and Star Wars films. Yeah, I mean, and I thank you very much for that, Pyro. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, seriously, like, it's interesting to me as someone who has been a movie fan for a long time. I've been an MCU movie fan for a long time. I have had my issues with the DCU universe, but at the end of the day, we got Aquaman, and of course we had Wonder Woman, and they were both great. And it was really fun to talk about those films. But even then, I was going to be honest with you. I was going to say, hey, they're good, but they're not even close to the best things that the MCU has done so far. And that's a lot of it has to do with an overall vision that the DCU just did not have. The Zack Snyder vision that so many fanboys bought into. Yes, they bought into it. They loved it. But I'm sorry, it just wasn't good. Just look at the fact that the money just wasn't there, the fact that people didn't really go to see it, didn't really like it that much. Again, I did my own, if you want to know further on the actual numbers, so again, my own opinion aside, I break down the statistics between the two universes, the two franchises, and it's very clear. The DCU spends more per movie but gets less back than what the MCU does, and obviously the highest grossing films are not even close to each other. So yeah, thank you very much, man, for the support, and I'm right there with you, man. I support you as well, because at the end of the day, if we can't talk about films, if we can't talk about what is good, what is bad, and be able to have a respectful conversation or opinion, then why are we even talking in the first place? I see a lot of amens in there, so thank you very much for being a part of that. Let's see what we got here. Laura says, what a lovely prayer. Thank you. Well, thank you. I really do appreciate you participating in all that. Alexander says, John Campia had his stream crash too, so it might be some perks. Okay, gotcha. Brad Noble, the lag called from the inside of your house. Hopefully I guess hopefully it's a YouTube thing, but at the same time, I hope it's not, because YouTube takes forever to fix things on their end. And at the end of the day, that's going to be bad for the stream. Soul Assassin says, oh, maybe a Three Musketeers bar might brighten your day. It would, but I don't have any left. All the chocolate that Frank and the Shahi and Wiener Dog clan sent me, it's all gone. It's all gone. So I have no chocolate to make me happy. I do have a couple of I have a few in my 175 count box of of my York peppermint patties. I have a few left, but is your niece a human? Yes, she is. Brad Noble says, at this point, I might send mail to Odin's P.O. Box. Hey, Brad, go ahead and do it, man, because you know what? It might get to me faster than the current state of YouTube. I can say that much. Laura says, if you want a good movie to cheer you up, All of Me with Steve Martin. I remember you talking about that last week, because I said it that I hadn't seen it. So, hey, maybe that's the movie that gets chosen for the next couple weeks. You know, we could see that. Lee the Lightning, thank you very much for the Aussie $5 super chat, man. I always appreciate you, man. Seriously, guys, go check out the Lee the Lightning channel. He's awesome. He's just a cool dude. Like, seriously, he is just a freaking cool, laid-back guy, and he is great. Except when he drinks. I'm kidding. He's an awesome dude. He says, that's a great idea. Please roast me. Give me a laugh on my drive home. Zack Snyder's vision was amazing. He just didn't have the studio support. No, his vision sucked. Lethal Lightning. And I'm not going to roast you, because here's the thing. It's just going to turn into a roast of Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's vision, even though comic book fans might be able to say and point to certain things saying, but oh my God, it looks like the comic book image is leaping off the page. Here's the thing. Just because it looks like a comic book doesn't mean that that's the best choice. A comic book is a comic book. A comic book is meant to be seen in a certain way with certain graphical imagery. Movies, on the other hand, are meant to be seen in other ways, in other capacities. And if you try and make a movie too much like a comic book, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up isolating general audience members, which is what a lot of these films did. I mean, just think about it. Like, there's a lot of these films that people just either didn't want to see a second time, didn't talk about it in a supportive way. And the only reason why that was the case was because Zack Snyder decided, oh, I'm going to focus all on visuals and nothing on story arc and storyline and character development. That's the other problem with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder cared so much about trying to build a world, which again is important, but he did so by forsaking and sacrificing good character development and good storytelling in the process. And if you need proof of that, the fact that your Justice League movie made only $600 million, the fact that your Justice League movie, this is a fact, Justice League lost money. Justice League was not profitable. It lost about, what, $20-30 million. So it was a bust. It wasn't a huge bust. It wasn't the biggest bust of the year, but Justice League was a bust. And you can blame the behind the scenes, you know, the studio not having his back, and I'm sure that was definitely a part of it. But I'm sorry, like the whole people who say, oh, you need to watch the Zack Snyder cut of Batman v Superman. Hell no, I'm not going to watch that cut, because why would I want to see a 3-hour plus cut of the same garbage that I didn't like the first time? Because as much as, you know, Justice League isn't liked, Batman v Superman is worse. And that's where I stand on that. Because guess what? There's no good character developments in it. It's stupid. It's poorly paced. It's poorly well done. And no matter how many extra scenes you add, it's not going to change that fact that the world itself just does not look good. But Lethal, love you, man, anyway. And I'm sure I just triggered him beyond belief, because that is just what happens when you talk to these people sometimes. But Lethal's not like a typical DCU fanboy. Lethal is just a comic fan, and he is a fan of movies too. That's why I look at it from a movie perspective. He looks at it from a comics perspective, and that's why we have a disagreement. Your channel is so underrated, by the way, says Core Ray Ren. Well, thank you very much, Core Ray Ren. I really do appreciate that, man. And again, great new name to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Seriously, thank you. Super says, Odin, if it makes you feel any better, you're not the only one dealing with joy garbage tech. My phone's been bugging out all day, and YouTube keeps crashing. Just did an updates. Hope it works. Hope that is the case. Alexander, YouTube also colludes against its people. That is also true. Peabody, you ate all that chocolate. Yep, I ate all that chocolate, and it was all delicious because I'm a chocoholic. So that's why when he sent it, I'm like, okay, great. This is going to be delicious. Cannot promise you just how long it's going to last for because it's great. Don't eat the pen, says Peabody. Don't worry, I'm not going to eat those. Alex Martinez, are you excited to see Goose the Cat in Captain Marvel, the newest star that will outshine Brie with more range than she has also? Also, too, if you don't know anything about Goose, spoiler alert for anyone that even cares about Captain Marvel at this point, so maybe put your earmuffs on, but Goose the Cat is not a cat. So maybe you already know this because you read the comics, but he's actually like a furkin, which apparently is some kind of an alien species that can put like tentacles out of its mouth. But it's mostly because in its mouth it has a pocket dimension, meaning that it can basically like do anything out of its mouth and also teleport because of that same capacity as well. And yeah, that's Goose the Cat, everybody. Or Chewie the Cat as it was in the comics. And also apparently also female cat because she lays eggs in the comic book. Wasn't introduced until 2006, did not become a major, was not revealed to be a so-called furkin until 2012, which is when things really started to go downhill for that character. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I think it was Peabody's comment. Peabody says, don't roast Lethal. We need him to lead us to the promised land of the extended universe. Now, that is true. If you want to talk, if Lethal is an expert on anything, it's definitely the extended universe of Star Wars. It's great. I am almost done with Spectre of the Past, and it's great. I'm just loving to learn more about Thrawn. I'm loving also to learn more about this post-Empire universe where you still have pockets of the Empire, but there's also a lot of worlds that were being kept in order by the Empire that now they're under the Republic. It's great. It's really awesome. Corey says, Odin, what are your thoughts on the EVS live stream going on in which EVS is not invited to defend himself? I didn't know that was going on. So who is calling this so-called live stream together that's about EVS where he's not even invited to defend himself? That is interesting. Alexander says, a video site by a white supremacist or neo-Nazi that doesn't commit any crimes would be better than YouTube is right now. I wouldn't, that's apples and oranges to me. Rhaegar Targaryen, Batman or Superman is Odin's version of Avatar for superhero movies. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say the closest thing to my Avatar of superhero movies would be Age of Ultron. So, Age of Ultron, Batman v Superman, two of the worst comic book movies that have ever been made in the current state of the DCEU and MCU. In my own humble opinion, of course. Let's see. I got you. Super says, the only thing worse than Zack Snyder's Justice League is Snyder's Justice League rewritten by Joss Whedon. Seriously, who thought it was a good time for them to collab? Well, to be honest, I'm a person that I like Joss Whedon's work for the most part. Firefly, one of my favorite shows of all time. Buffy, great show. Dollhouse was another really good show as well. So he knows how to write, and the first Avengers film shows that he knows how to direct as well. And, yeah, obviously he also made Age of Ultron, which was not good. So I don't know what the thing was going on there. But at the end of the day, I would agree that when you have multiple directors in general, it doesn't look good. That's another reason why I'm worried for Captain Marvel is that at this point, Captain Marvel, last time I checked, has 2 directors and has about maybe, 4 writers. And that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. Laura says, I love Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, though. Sad that the movies didn't work. No, Laura, I'm right there with you. Because, again, I'm talking about the story arcs. I'm talking about the way the world was built, which, once again, is in the hands of Zack Snyder, since he was the person. He was the Kevin Feige of the universe. He was the one that was trying to put everything together, all the pieces out there and the storylines out there. And what ended up happening is you ended up having some really great portrayals of the characters. I think Henry Cavill was a great Superman. He still is. There were rumors that he wasn't, but guess what? He's still there. Ben Affleck, those are likely more true, just based on the fact that he is going through his own personal issues at this time. So, yeah, it is really sad that it didn't work. I wanted them to work. I wanted them to be great. Guys, seriously, when Batman v Superman was announced, like I think I still have those posters. Like I was so excited for this movie. And when it came out, I saw it and I was like, what in the hell am I watching right now? It just, yeah. Soul Assassin, Odin, you and chocolate is like me and tacos. They ain't going to last. Exactly right. G Monkey says, Odin saw Aquaman, and besides the underwater CGI, I have to say it's my favorite DCU movie. Second would be Wonder Woman. That's not the real Batman and Superman. And don't get me started on Flash or Cyborg. No, seriously, like you're absolutely right about that. Those are definitely the top 2 MCU films without any question. When it comes to my own thoughts on Aquaman, obviously I think that it's a fun time. It's still a C+ movie. Like objectively as a movie, it's a C+. And I can still, though, admit that it's a fun movie. And I would say go watch it for no other reason than to give it box office money, so that way eventually it can outpace The Last Jedi, because it's going to be a lot harder for it to do so now because it's slowed down just a little too much, a little slower than I expected it to be, but it could still make it. Could still technically make it. Brad Noble made a comment before my chat jumped. With Odin buffering all the time, it's like going Mad Libs. Seriously? Blake Hemlow, I should have the links up on my Twitter tomorrow. Got you. Super. Speaking of tomorrow, that clip that dropped Brie Larson Twitter feed earlier looks so bad. Seriously. Yep, I already saw it. Made a comment on it on the video itself. And yeah, it's a typical train scene. And what doesn't make any sense is she's supposed to be this overall powerful character who can shoot laser beams essentially out of her hands. And yet she hangs off a train and struggles to pull herself back up. She hasn't reached the fullness of her potential yet. Shut up. She just shot lasers out of her hand. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, guys, I'm skipping chats because I need to find out, is the lag still going on? Is the lag still going on? Because I'm about to start the movie, guys, and I need to make sure the lag's still not going on. But before that, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get my patron shout out. Just so you know, guys, that when it comes to Patreon, there has been one major change. And that is this. There is the highest tier that I have for my Patreon is $25 or more. And if you choose so, you become one of my chosen of Valhalla. And what happens is that if you sign up, you will get a premium t-shirt of your color choice sent to you. You only get that once, so it's not like you get a t-shirt every single month. If I had the financial abilities, I would do that. But unfortunately, I don't. But you get one t-shirt, but also you then, in the previous iteration of it, you were able to be featured on the One Man Low Council. The only two people, I have two people currently who are my chosen, and I asked them what they wanted because especially they were two people that I've been trying to get on to the Low Council, but it's always been a very tough time because of just timing constraints and just basic, everyday life stuff. And so what we decided was that now the new way it's going to work for the month of February, and Patreon also has had some issues. So I think theoretically, if you were to become a patron or change your patronage as of over the next hour or so, you should still be good. You might be able to make it for the next month because they have not charged anyone for the month of February yet. And if you are one of those people, that's the $25 or more, you will then be able to be featured on a Patreon exclusive episode where it'll be whenever day works best for all those in that tier, which right now is 2 people, which is going to be a lot easier to address than with more than that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to allow them to choose their topics, and we're just going to have a good old live stream. It'll probably be on a weekend, I'm guessing, so that way we have enough time to cover everything. But yeah, that's the way it's going to be from now on. So no more One Man Low Council special appearances by Patreon members. Instead, they are going to get, as part of their patronage for that tier, and their own show once a month. Their own show, and it'll be a longer show. And again, it'll be especially what they want to talk about and what they want to see happen. So anyway, some lag from time to time, but watchable. Well, still the fact that there's any, yeah, exactly. A little lag, says him. Okay. All right, well, I'm still hearing there's lag, guys, so I'm going to try this one more time. I honestly don't know what I can do at this point. Lord. Anyway, guys, I will be right back, and then once we get started, as long as I get the initial no lag, we're starting. Once we start, though, if there is lag, there's nothing that I can do about it. So anyway, guys, I will be right back. Alright, so I am now back. I tried upping it a lot to 20,000 kilobits per second, which means it should be 20 megabits per second, which I don't understand why that is a problem or should be a problem. It should be more than enough bandwidth, more than enough data for YouTube to be able to take in and bring down. So if it's because it's too high, then I might have to drop it to even lower and drop some settings, but I would rather that not be the case. Modern Dude says the lag is real. Christian, what's going on? So is the lag greater or lesser? Because there shouldn't be any lag at all. Again, when people are trying to say, oh, there's some lag, it's fine. The lag was not bad at all. But again, the fact that there was any lag at all is already not enough. Again, the fact that there was lag at all is not fine. With all the tech that's here right now, there should be no lag whatsoever unless it's YouTube, but I'm not hearing that yet at this point. So anyway, just let me know. Is there lag? Is there something going on? It's crispy clear now. You're good. Seems okay. Think you got it licked. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, for my ones that were having issues, seems good now. No lag. You're good. No lag here. Perfect. All right. You're good, sir. Perfect. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So go ahead and get your copies of Willow ready. Again, people said no lag, so I'm going ahead with it. And if there's lag, I am sorry. I cannot fix it. I can tell you this much, though. I know it's not on my end because every time these streams happen and every single time they are uploaded, all of the videos are perfectly clear. There is no jumpiness at all, which means that there is something going on between the being sent from my computer to being received by YouTube. So it's a YouTube issue regardless of anything that's going on. Yeah, definitely a YouTube issue. Let's see here. Also, guys, just so y'all know, let's see. Hold on one second. Just so y'all know that, so obviously I mentioned the Patreon change. Wait a minute. I guess, oh, sorry, guys. So I mentioned the Patreon change, but let me shout out my patrons real quick. A Great Jedi, Adam Shawhan, Dave Bob, Delete System 32, Donald Hudson, Edward Coleman, Enrique Evangelista, Frank the Tank and the Shawhan Weeder Dog Clan, Greta Zenner, Harold Francis, the Hunka Chunka Funkin' Monkey, Inflamed Wood, Ultra Trap Productions, Jason Clark, Jeffrey Toon, Laura Story, Matthew Kadish, Mr. Peabody and his evil twin, Outpost Dyer, Perpetual Punster, Projar Sharif, Proper Jeremy, the DJD Show, Those Two Ball Guys, Tina B, and Wolfgang Lange. Thank you so much for being my patrons, and very glad that I did not forget about you guys. So, Gator O, what's going on? Greta says Trivia's ready. Perfect. Steph says some tea to soothe your nerves. I don't drink tea, so that would not help me. Where to find... I'm at 13 seconds. I'm at 0 seconds. So, again, we're all going to start together. And let me just go ahead and get that set up. Let's see, I need to open up the window right here. And it needs to be the clock. So talk amongst yourselves as I get the online clock set up for you guys. That way you know where I am in the movie. A large stopwatch. There it is. There it is. All right, guys. So the question is, are you ready? Will Gentry says, well, you'll never be an honorary Englishman if you don't drink tea. Disgraceful behavior. I don't drink tea. It's not my thing. I don't like hot beverages. Modern Dude says, you can roast me with this. I hate Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Go for it, folks. Boom, I'm ready. Red eye, red eye. So as soon as I hear Tina and Steph say they are ready, we will go ahead and get started. Also, guys, I would recommend that you stick around until the end of the stream because as of the first attempt at this stream starting, I had 3 people that never emailed me to claim their prizes. And that was the stipulation. They had to email me to claim their prize. 3 people did not. And so, therefore, 3 prizes will be given away at the end of the stream before we vote for the next movie. Peabody says, talk to DJ when YouTube does this playback. All lag is removed. Talk to DJ? Who's DJ? What DJ? What DJ? BDS on you. Wait, not even coffee. Not a coffee person either. Not at all. Spark it up. Ready, Freddie, Tina. All right, I'm going to assume Tina's ready. Tina, are you ready? I need clarification. Go for it, folks. It's Tina. Perfect. Got it. All right, guys. So we will be starting the movie in 3. Wait a minute. Let me take care of this really quick. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and get your copies started. And if you want to know where I am in the movie, just look up at the clock. Don't ask me. Look at the clock. Lucasfilm production. That's right. Remember you telling me all this was indeed a Lucasfilm production? Also, guys, if I'm not able to catch up with all of your streams, DJ D Show for DJ Gotcha. I might do that. Ron Howard. Okay. It is a time of dread. Seers have foretold the birth of a child who will bring about the downfall of the powerful Queen Bavmorda. Seizing all pregnant women in the realm, the evil queen vows to destroy the child when it is born. It sounds evil. This sounds just downright evil right here. Oh, man. That poor child. I did indeed start... Guys, keep watching your movie. Keep watching the movie. Do not stop the movie. Whatever happens with the stream, do not stop the movie. Do not stop movie. Do not stop. All right. I will figure things out on my end. You continue to watch the movie. All right. Keep watching movie as I fix or hope to fix. All right, keep watching the movie. Let me fix this stupid freaking thing. Can I change this live? No, of course I can't. Why would I be able to do that? Be right back, guys. Again, don't go anywhere. Don't. All right, guys, so we shall see if that works. Val Kilmer's in this. That's interesting. Got the Willow title out of the way already. Once again, guys, keep watching the movie. Whatever happens to me, keep watching the movie because I'm not going to do the jump, start and stop over stupid connection issues. This is ridiculous. Oh, that baby is adorable, though. That's a quite adorable baby. I'm trying to stay on target as much as I can. Mad Mardigan equals Han Solo. Val Kilmer's pretty awesome. Billy Barty. That is interesting. Okay, no longer lag. All right, now I've dropped the setting. So, I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. I'm wondering if the problem is the more bandwidth I use on my internet, the lower my export needs to be, and vice versa. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. Once again, the movie has started. I explained this to you. I said keep watching. The clock is going. Clock. Follow the clock. That's why I do it, man. I mentally cannot handle starting and stopping the movie, guys. I'm so sorry. I wonder how they got those things to look that way. Did they just put a costume on a dog? Oh, look, it's Moses. Wait, you didn't tell me that we were watching Moses. It's the same way that Moses went out. Devil dogs are actually Rottweilers in rubber masking suits. I figured as much. I figured that they would have been as such. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a very weird night indeed. It's a very weird night, and I don't like it. This night so far, my least favorite night. Like, I had a video that got demonetized earlier for really no reason. I hate YouTube sucks because they demonetize your stuff for no reason. None whatsoever. Rest in peace, James Horner. Oh, story by George Lucas. Man, Star Wars needs that man back once again. But to be fair, I think that George Lucas would do best. Here's I think the most ideal George Lucas. He writes the story, gets somebody who can write a screenplay, including dialogue, and then get like a badass director involved. Or I think George Lucas might be able to direct in as well. Yeah, the baby's being floated down the river just like Moses. Baby Moses right here. Peabody, Odin, this is a movie that Val Kilmer met his wife. Interesting. I didn't know that. George Lucas specifically wrote this film for Warwick Davis after meeting him on the set of Return of the Jedi. Nice. That is very cool. BA1 Gang, welcome to the channel. That's pretty cool. I was just about to say the same. Nice. Oh, Warwick Davis. He's so young. He's a baby. He's so young. Would he have been in his 20s at this point? Or would he have been a teenager? Owens, interesting. Greta, Warwick Davis is only 17. Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's pretty cool that he was 17. Erica, are you not aware The Last Jedi is the greatest movie and all hail Disney Star Wars? You troll. Oh, what a troll you are. Oh, look at the pig. Look at the big pig. Mr. Bobo Cut. It is a ginger baby. You're right about that. Name like Lovegood, am I right? You cannot fall in love with that baby. Larima, welcome to the channel. Modern, why don't you like Revenge of the Sith, my favorite movie of all time? I like Revenge of the Sith. I just don't think that it's the best movie ever. There are wonderful names in that. Sounds good. Mary, what's going on? Peabody, the big guy forgot to tell you Brad was in the movie. Oh, wait, is there a troll in the movie? And everyone will blame me for it. Greta says George Lucas conceived the idea for the film titled Munchkins in 1972. Similar in intent to New Hope, he created a number of well-known mythological situations for a younger audience. Nice. The kids in here are adorable. Aww. They are priceless. All right, Brad, you have a good one, man. I see where your loyalties lie. What I love about this movie already is the fact that they are using little people. I think that's awesome. I don't. I'm guessing there has never been another movie that has probably had as big of a cast as this. That's awesome. Well, that was impressive. Greta says, this reminds me of The Shire. It does remind me of The Shire. You're absolutely right about that. Oh, the pig. Sounds like a hippie name. That's interesting. Oh, poor Willow. That's a cute little pig, though. No sound? Can't get you to stop loading. As I said once before, keep watching. All right, guys. Did a last couple of changes. I had to change the output. I don't know if that's going to have an impact or not, but we shall see. Let me know. Again, it should be at 720p max resolution now. I also dropped the frame rate once again, or rather I dropped the output once again, and that's pretty much the only thing that I can possibly think of. And if that's not working, then it must be a YouTube issue. Aww. I wish he was the apprentice. Modern says, sorry, Odin, didn't hear what you said about my last comments. At this point, no idea what your last comment was. Yeah, well, Gentry, that's YouTube for you. They'll put a random... God. They'll put a random advert at the beginning of a freaking live stream. In fact, let me try and address that really quickly. I guess I just have to demonetize this for now. I don't know. This is not my night, guys. It dropped out for a second. Gotcha. Again, like the stream health is fine. So once again, it's... it doesn't make any sense. It's... Thank you, JKD. I appreciate it, man. But I was just on the live stream page, and I'm seeing the same thing that you guys are seeing, where it's just randomly. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, it's my first time watching, and unfortunately, it's all being destroyed by some really bad connection issues on my end. So, Greta says, in preparation for the movie, Warwick Davis had to learn a modified accent, how to take care of a baby, how to ride a horse, how to sword fight, and how to perform magic. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty damn awesome. It's because we are 23 minutes into the movie Willow. So that way y'all can keep up with me for when all these things happen. Hakuna Matata. When I don't know what's going on or how to fix it, Hakuna Matata is not my phrase. Yeah, it's my first time seeing it, so. Consult the bowls. Do you have any love for this child? X Lightning, welcome to the channel. Batman Superman, can we get your thoughts on Ghostbusters casting, hating on the new film? Yeah, because they're sore losers. Their movie sucked and didn't do anything at the box office, and the fact that this movie is seeming to erase theirs from existence, they're salty about it. That's all there is to it. Sounds good, Greta. Will Gentry, my one remaining suggestion would be rebooting your Wi-Fi router, but that's not easy right now. Yeah, definitely not. Gullaboy Del Rey, welcome to the channel. Daybob, no problem at all. This old dude's great. Needs a later. Modern dude, what can I say to make this stream better? Nothing. Unless you can call up YouTube or find out what's going on with YouTube, then there is nothing. You're doing better now, not lagging as much. Again, though, that word "as much." It should be no lag at all. They're magic, of course. The reason why Captain Marvel is getting so much questioning, Dueler Tuber, what's going on, bruv, is because if you know anything about the history of Captain Marvel, that tells you pretty much all you need to know about this character. And the fact that we're getting already early warnings of that in the trailers and in what Brie Larson says and everything, there is plenty of information available for us to make a educated thought and opinion of the potential that this movie has. Magical Nuts. 8-Bit Snake Boy, welcome to the channel. Got a lot of people subbing tonight. That's awesome. right there, JKD. Yeah, I didn't know the history of Captain Marvel beyond the fact that the real comics fans didn't like her. Yeah, pretty much. Like, the fact that her character's been rebooted 4 times since 2012, and that's the first year that her character even existed as Captain Marvel, tells me all that I need to know. Halo, hey Odin, you think Watchmen and Batman Begins Snare very underrated, even if they're great? Batman Begins is very underrated. Batman Begins is an excellent movie. I love Batman Begins. Watchmen, I do not like. Watchmen is one of those movies that has not aged well. Has not aged well. Sorry. Let's see. Greta says the Chinese government refused George Lucas a chance for a brief location shoot. He sent photographers to China to photograph specific scenery used for background blue screen footage. Interesting. 8-Bit Snake Boy by Grapthar's Hammer. The lag is real. Setting down a bit now. Okay, let me try one more thing before I just give up for the evening. Be right back once again.